Hey there everyone, Leprechaun here with a new ship review. Today's ship review is going to be on the Origin Spaceworks M50, the M50 Interceptor to be exact. Right, so in my previous video I went over the Mustang Alpha. We won't cover much on that, but up there in the top right hand screen, if you want to watch that video, go right ahead. But we're going to go ahead and truck on with today's ship review of the M50. So we're going to go over the basic dimensions, which real quick, we'll just go over those and I'll explain to you how actually small this ship is, and I'll place my character up next to it so you can see the scale altogether. So it's only 11 meters long, 10 meters wide and 3 meters high. So it's a really small ship altogether in the grand scheme of things, and you can really see it because here's my character, and honestly it's like a little, almost like a car, a very small SUV size car, I suppose. Maybe not even that size. So as you guys can see, it's a very small ship altogether as far as the size goes. And we'll explain how that'll affect all the other things that are going on in the ship. But we'll continue on. It only makes sense that this ship's going to fly effortlessly and elegantly through space, you know, since it's so small. But where it really shines is those small little rings in racing. All of you guys know I made a video about some good racing ships to pick. Check up there in the top right hand screen and I will explain to you guys the differences in these ships. It's not a ship review, but it's good stuff to know if you're interested. Alright, so some more specifications about it before we get into what good things to use this ship for. Let's talk about what it's got. So first off, it only weighs 12,000 kilograms. That's it. The Mustang Alpha was only at 13.5, so it's even lighter than the Mustang, which is impressive. Shaving off that much weight is just insane. So of course it's going to have great handling and great speed. Altogether, it has no cargo space. So for those of you guys who are interested in carting around junk around the universe, find a different ship, because that is not what this ship is for. Especially if you're intending on buying it for something like that. Don't do it. Anyways, power plant. So it's got 2 power plants in it, which you can actually see right here. So that's nice and fancy. And then it also has 2 hammer propulsion thrusters, which you can see right back here. These nice, beautiful engines. Very pretty. Alright, and as for maneuvering thrusters, we have 12 maneuvering thrusters, which are all size 1. They're all scattered around the ship. And then we've also got, for a shield, just a little dinky size 1. And now, where the ship has boom booms, it's got 2 size 2 maximum slots on the wings, on the interior. So right here where you see my M3A cannons, these are these that I'm pointing at right now, those can either be size 1 or size 2. And there's 1 on each side, so altogether there's 2. And then there's also another hardpoint slot size, which is only 1, which we've got missiles on. And altogether it's got 4 missiles altogether on the ship. So, as you guys can see, this ship is by no means a great fighter. It does not have the firepower, nor the missile power altogether. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Leprechaun, what if you fly around and buzz around in the less maneuverable ship and just poke at him with your little laser cannons? You'll probably do something. To which I'll say, no, just no. This is not the ship to be looking for if you're wanting a fighter, a straight up fighter. Look for a Saber or I don't know, a Hornet or a Super Hornet. This is not it. So, what is the M50 good for, you ask? Well, it's good for pretty much racing and intercepting, as it says right there. The Interceptor. Very descriptive. So it shines amazingly in races, guys. There's just nothing that can beat it hands down besides the 350 in speed. But the 350 is not nearly as maneuverable. This is the ship that you want if you want to be good at racing. And why, you ask? Leprechaun, why? Why is this a good racing ship, you may ask? Well, let me enter the pilot seat and show you guys just how fast this ship is, and how maneuverable it is, and the breakneck speed that you can achieve with this fantastic little beautiful ship. Have I mentioned I like this ship? I like this ship a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and drop the landing gear and let's take it for a spin. So there, just boosting off right from the start, we're going 780 meters per second. That's ridiculous. The Mustang Alpha only boosts at a top speed of 590 meters per second. So that's ridiculous. And then coasting speed is a paltry 260 meters per second compared to the Mustang. Now altogether, its cruising speed is great. You cannot beat the maneuverability. You can just jet around these asteroids at breakneck speed, and that's exactly why it's a great racer. But because of that, you know, you're not going to have the great weaponry, because in order to sacrifice weaponry, you get maneuverability and vice versa. If you sacrifice weaponry, maneuverability, you probably have more weight and more room for maneuverability. So that pretty much explains the trade-offs, guys. And that kind of explains to you exactly what this ship should be used for. Now, that's not to say that a variant might come along where they've got a pretty decent smaller size weaponry that they can slot onto this ship. But as of right now, it's got limited capability. Definitely going to be a must-have for those of you guys who like to race. So keep that in mind, guys. The Mustang M50 can be rented on the RSI website for 10,000 rental credits. It's pretty cheap. You'll pay for it very quickly in racing, especially with as good as you'll be doing compared to the Mustang Alpha. But don't bring it to a gunfight, guys. Right, altogether, that's about all I've got on the ship. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Don't forget to like the video and hit a subscribe if you're feeling like it. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.